Jake Paul taking on Mike Perry. Round one, here we go. Okay, Perry trying to get across.
Avoid.
Oh! No! Perry! Get up! Jake Paul taking on Mike Perry. I am going with Mike Perry. I think Mike Perry, if he can get to Jake Paul and wear him out, I think he can put him away. Shit, here we go. Here we go. Perry trying to get across the void. Oh! Come on, Perry! Don't fucking do that to me! Oh, motherfucker. Come on, keep your fucking hands up. Shit. Relax, relax. Relax, get on your feet, get on your feet. There it is. Give me some, Perry. He said, I took your best shot. Oi! He said, what you got? What you got? Okay, Perry's through the first round. This is probably the hardest round for Perry. Like I said, I think if Perry gets to the 4th or 5th round, he can start implementing his game plan. But I just want to see a little bit more movement from Mike Perry. Use some of the athletic ability that he's got. Oh, all right, here we go. Right here. No! Perry! Get up! Come on, baby. Come on, Perry. There you go. Come on, Perry. You built for this shit. You built for this shit. Oh, nice left hook from Perry. There you go. Stay on that ass. It's the difference, baby. This is MMA. It's game over. It's game over all day, every day. Oi! Oi! There you go. There you go, Perry. Don't matter, baby. Oh! There, get on that motherfucker. Good, Perry. This fucking guy. Whoa! Come on, baby. You've been here before. What hit him? What are you doing, Perry? No! Get up, Perry. Fuck. Wow. That was actually, I'm not gonna lie, that was actually impressive. Because he stayed disciplined to the code. He did say that. I mean, Mike Perry does make a lot of mistakes when he does do bare knuckle fighting when he fights. But Jake Paul was able to capitalize on that and put him away. And nobody's been able to do that. All right, boys. When you get in office. Fuck. Ah, fuck. Another MMA guy falls to Jake Paul. First, it was Ben Askren. Then Tyron Woodley. Then Anderson Silva. Then T Wood again. Then the great Nate Diaz. And now our fellow mighty athlete of the year, Mike Perry, succumbs to Jake, the problem child, Paul. God damn it. Okay. Now, let's first off, shout out to Jake Paul. Did an amazing job. The biggest thing that comes to my mind when I'm sitting there watching that fight against Jake Paul versus Mike Perry is that boxing is a skill set that you have to have. Now, if you look at what Mike Perry's been able to do in bare knuckle fighting, he's been able to put former world champions out. Eddie Alvarez, Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes was never world champion, but he was a great mixed martial artist. Luke Rockhold. MVP Michael Venom Page. He's been able to stop these guys just on the damage that he does. And Mike Perry is known for walking forward, not having the best defense when he's doing bare knuckle fighting. But Jake Paul did say this going into the fight, is that Mike Perry makes a lot of mistakes. He makes a lot of mistakes. And right off the bat, round one, Jake Paul hurts Mike Perry. Mike Mike Perry was coming out there hands down, wasn't really moving his head, having a really good rhythm, but that's something that Mike Perry doesn't really have in all of his fight. He's never been the type of guy who has good rhythm, moving, just having his head movement more on the X and Y axis and throwing it, pop, 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 a quick nice jab. He's never been that athlete. So I think for everybody in the commentating booth acting surprised, he's not putting his hands up, he's not no head movement, no defense. That's Mike Perry for you. And he invites the damage. He invites the pain because he eats it and then he's able to dish it out. Now, with Jake Paul, he wasn't able to land a lot of shots. Now, Mike Perry did have some good moments in the fight, but it wasn't enough to put Jake Paul away. Now, one of the things that Jake Paul did very well is he stuck to the game plan. He was going jab to the body, 1-1 forward to the body when Mike Perry went into the shell. He also went 1 to the body and 2 up top. That was the biggest shot that kind of like led up to what ended up happening, which is Jake Paul knocking out Mike Perry. Now, we all have to take a step back and say, okay, Jake Paul is getting better. And I said that before. Jake Paul is getting better. He is a boxer. He's fought the toughest guys that mixed martial arts can throw at him. Right, Mike Perry nobody comes tougher than Mike Perry. I mean, he's a guy who's fighting bare knuckle fighting, and then you look at Anderson Silva. He was older, but he is still one of the tough. Nate Diaz, tough as nails, and Jake Paul is beating these guys. Now, how would Jake Paul fare against a rope boxer? I have no idea. The only closest rope boxer he's ever fought that's kind of active, semi-active, was Tommy Fury. But I think this version of Jake Paul beats Tommy Fury. Now, for me, I don't know who Jake Paul should fight next. I know damn well it's not going to be Alex Pereira. Now, the biggest thing, let's talk about that fight, right? Now, it's like for me, somebody called me out a while ago to do bare knuckle fighting. And I said, dude, I like to grapple, I like to kick, I like to elbow, I like to, do Muay Thai. I like to have all of my skill sets. I will never trade my skill sets in for just one skill set besides jiu-jitsu, right? I feel like jiu-jitsu, you have judo, wrestling, and grappling. I still have 3 tools there. To where you go into boxing, you're just stuck in that realm. Even kickboxing, you have your kicks and you have your knees, but on the rule set, and you have your kicks. But for Alex to step into boxing, do I think he'll beat Jake Paul? Yes, I believe he'll beat Jake Paul. Right, Alex has good defense. He has a good range fighter. He's been sparring high-level boxers for a very, very long time, and I think he eats up Jake Paul. I think it's a great promotional thing for Jake Paul to call out Alex because Alex has mentioned he wants to box, but once again, Alex is older in his career in mixed martial arts, and Alex does very well with his leg kicks, his knees, and when people shoot on Alex, he's able to elbow him, do guillotine. So, would I love to see that fight? Sure, why not? I guess we can entertain it, but I think I really see Alex do mixed martial arts, if that makes sense. And I think the amount of money Alex is making in mixed martial arts, I don't know if he can make the same in boxing. That's just my opinion. I don't know what Alex makes. I've never seen his contract, but I think Alex versus Jake Paul, I think Alex beats him easily just because he's a bigger guy or whatnot, but I'm not going to count on Jake Paul. Jake Paul is very good about being strategic. Alex does get hit a lot when he spars and when he fights. That's Izzy was able to catch him. So I can't count on Jake Paul. I'm done counting on Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul he's gained my respect. Not that he hasn't had my respect to begin with. I just wanted Jake Paul to fight guys that are good. It's like me. If I were to fight mixed martial arts and I just fought jiu-jitsu guys that have never done mixed martial arts in their whole entire life, then I think people were like, dude, you need to fight guys who are MMA. So now let's talk about one of the things that Jake Paul was able to capitalize against Mike Perry. Mike Perry took this stance of, he had this Muay Thai stance with his hands out like this, and he kept pawing that jab. He kept pawing that jab, and he would move. And then Jake Paul would show the jab and go left hook, and that caught Mike Perry, and he kind of rocked him a little bit. And then as the fight kept on going, he kept on capitalizing on Mike Perry's mistake. And that's why I'm giving Jake Paul credit, is because he's able to capitalize on Mike Perry's mistakes, where guys like Luke Rockhold, Eddie Alvarez, Chad Mendez weren't able to capitalize. Maybe they were able to capitalize on it, but maybe they didn't have the weight behind them like Jake Paul does to be able to push and put the wear and tear on Mike Perry. Now, don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. No, I had Mike Perry win this fight because I thought Mike Perry was going to be able to weather the storm. Because you look in the 3rd and 4th and 5th round, Jake Paul is bouncing on his feet, but he is staying true to his game plan, which is staying behind the jab, and he is throwing the left hook and going to the body. I thought Mike Perry was going to be able to weather the storm and use some of that bare knuckle fighting skill set that he's been able to gain over the years and take it to Jake Paul. But Jake Paul stayed true to boxing. He was able to light him up. And it makes me, it makes me feel like, damn, what would Jake Paul do if they did bare knuckle fighting, right? If he's able to move and not let Mike Perry get the opportunity to get his game going, how would he do? And then you also look at the ring at bare knuckle fighting. It's more of a circle. There is no 4 corners. So Jake Paul could run around and move and use his footwork. It's a very interesting concept to look at. Granted, Jake Paul is bigger than Mike Perry, but still, I think the skill set that Jake Paul has been able to develop over the years of him fighting a lot of MMA guys is showing to pay off. I already went over the Alex Pereira. I don't think that's going to happen. I know Uriah Hall just had a boxing match. I don't want to see him fight Uriah Hall because I think Uriah Hall is very good about being dynamic and spinning back kicks and high kicks and all that stuff. I think now I think it'll be a good time for him to fight, somebody who's, I don't know, 8-1, 8-2 in just pure boxing. I have no idea. I don't care who he fights. My dad was literally in the couch and he goes, "Isn't Mike Tyson 60?" And my dad's 64. So I don't want to see that fight with Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I think he's going to knock out Mike Tyson. The reason why is because I think Jake Paul has a chin. He's going to be able to withstand any shot that Mike Tyson can throw at him. And then as the rounds go on, Mike Tyson is going to get tired. And when he gets tired, Jake Paul's going to find that shot and he's going to knock out Mike Tyson and knock out another legend. So I don't want to see that fight. If the fight happens, you bet your sweet ass I'll be here covering the fight, but I don't want to see it happen. I think Mike Tyson is probably going to get knocked out. I know that's hard for me to, it's probably hard for you guys to hear me say that, but I got to start thinking with my intelligence and what I, as an analyst, and look at, okay, yes, did I make a bad call with the Jake Paul versus Mike Perry? Yes, I probably did, but I'm riding with Mike Perry because I'm a big fan and he's a friend of the show, and I want to see MMA guys win. But if I look at that fight as an analyst and looked at Jake Paul, I still stand by my words. I thought Mike Perry was going to be able to get to Jake Paul within 4, 5, 6, and be able to put him away. But I didn't account for Mike Perry going out there, not using good footwork, not using good head movement, even though I know he doesn't do that when he does bare knuckle fighting. But I was hoping for him getting the opportunity to fight Jake Paul, be in this limelight, have the opportunity to actually just box and you move around and not worry about as much damage. I was hoping he was going to show out. But he didn't. So at the end of the day, I'm glad that Jake Paul did a great job, and I'm happy for Mike Perry to get this opportunity to fight Jake Paul. And it's such an amazing sold-out arena in Florida. But yeah, we will see what happens next. Boys, if you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe. Also, hit that bell to know when we go live. Please leave a comment. Let me know who you guys think Jake Paul should fight next. Obviously, it's not going to be Alex. I think Alex destroys him. But once again, I'm not going to count out Jake Paul because I did not believe he was going to be able to knock out Mike Perry. Shout out to Mike Perry. Hope you're doing well, brother. Congrats on the opportunity to fight Jake Paul. Shout out to Jake Paul. And let's see what happens next. We'll see you guys at the next one. What's going on, guys? I'll give you a big heads up. Mighty merch is dropping right now. Season 1 has just dropped. All you got to do is go to the description below. It is shopmighty.com. We have delivered and we listened to the community. You guys have been begging, Mighty, please give us a Void shirt, and we have delivered the Void shirt. And we also got Mighty cap, and we also have the clean dingaling just plain Mighty shirt, and we have some Mighty sweatshirts and the Void sweatshirt as well. So if you guys want to step up your swag game of season 1 of the Mighty merch that's being dropped, go to shopmighty.com or check the link in the description below to get your brand new Mighty merch season 1.